Now, the fun part, the memes.
Keep it 100, I be feeling like Campbell soup over white rice, baked chicken with the skin on, yeah, Lowry's with black pepper, I'm fully seasoned with laughter.
Okay, so many of you submitted hundreds of memes. Probably over 800 memes were submitted, and I have about 150 here, and this is my bad. I could have gotten them compiled. It's possible that these aren't even necessarily the best memes, and some memes I saw in other places where I don't remember where I saw it because or where it was submitted to me, because it's all over the place, and that's my fault. I should have done a better job of compiling memes. I honestly didn't expect so many memes would be submitted, so I want to thank y'all. This video wouldn't be possible without y'all. So let's start with the first one. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and sometimes with the pillow. Oh, that's wild. Okay. 2. Lindsey Graham. I was going for Mitch, but he'll do for now. Def playing that claw machine with Lindsey Graham. 20-minute phone call, dead or asleep. The hang up or die trying tour. That's fire. This is referencing Scott Jennings claiming he had a 20-minute phone call with Mitch McConnell when Mitch McConnell was also clearly dead. And the hang up or die trying, that's very funny. Kind of referencing 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. Some men make the world better by leaving it. Oscar Wilde. Very true. The world got at least a little bit better because this demon is gone. Oh boy. This is Lady G putting on some makeup and lipstick. So I hate this picture in particular because this here Lady G looks like my former kindergarten teacher who hated me for whatever reason. She wouldn't allow me to go to lunch with my classmates, and she told my mom I was probably slow. So yeah. Next picture. Come on, McConnell. Oh, Lindsey Graham, not bad. Okay, it's similar to the last. So this was supposed to be Lindsey Graham's proof of life photo. So the original photo has Mitch McConnell and his wife, who is probably a Chinese spy. But yeah, they're both in hell. You should never say bad things about the dead. You should only say good. Joan Crawford is dead. Good. Betty Davis. Okay, next one. I spoke to my good friend Senator Mitch McConnell. We're having breakfast together this morning. Flags at Grindr headquarters have been lowered to half staff. They lost a lot of business because of those two. There's also rumors that McConnell's on a deal also. So next, this McConnell cover-up is getting a little out of hand. We need a new distraction. What are you guys talking about? Suggesting that they had Graham killed. Okay, when am I supposed to meet my Grindr date? Is there a lobby? Why he's in hell surrounded by demons? That's what he literally is. Flags at Grindr headquarters have been lowered to half staff. 47 now serving 47. Death holding the ticket coming after, 47 president. Expecting Mitch McConnell began. Lindsey Graham was like ordering a chocolate chip cookie began the snickerdoodle. I'm confused but not upset. Facts. We need the major. Claims to be pro-life dies anyways. Okay, Lindsey Graham will not win re-election in November 2026. Absolutely not. Lindsey Graham just died. Good. I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people. President Donald J. Trump. So the reason what makes this a pretty good meme is because Donald Trump actually tweeted this, but of course not about Lindsey Graham. He tweeted this about James. I'm blanking on name. But Donald Trump tweeted this about somebody. Man, I do not remember her name. Let me Google. Robert Mueller. So the former FBI director, he tweeted. So if you look at this meme, you replace Lindsey Graham with Robert Mueller. That's who Donald Trump saying he's glad he's dead because he's harming innocent people because he is doing his job. So all the right wingers who's morally preening all of a sudden because people are making fun of Lindsey Graham because he is a horrible person. That's what your cult leader said. Next, Israel has my undying support. Dies. Lindsey Graham on his way to hell sees Mitch McConnell. Get in, loser. We're going south. Yeah, that's Donald Trump, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, and death. Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell were reunited tonight after an upbeat 20-minute phone call. That phone call things will live on forever. Lindsey Graham beats Mitch McConnell to death. That's a bar. Double entendre. Especially if they actually had a fight, but they didn't. Okay. Michael Fanone, a retired police officer who was brutally assaulted while defending the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th insurrection. Lindsey Graham is dead. I will always remember my first and only encounter with him when he looked the grieving mother of a dead police officer in the face and barked that he was going to listen to her. He wasn't going to listen to her blame Trump for January 6th. When I showed him my body cam footage from that day, he turned away and looked at his phone. Rest in peace, you fucking worthless scumbag. If there's a place in hell, I hope you're in it. Absolutely. Remember, if you want to be spoken fondly of in death, don't gargle a dictator's balls. Pretty good point. In honor of the late Senator Lindsey Graham, Grindr will go dark for a minute. Lost a lot of money. His stocks dropped. Absolutely. Lindsey Graham helping South Carolina. There's fruits here. Lindsey Graham sees war on coke. Of course, he chooses the war on coke. Got beef with Elmo. So Elmo, first of all, why is Elmo doing this? What made Elmo, if this is the actual real Elmo thing, what made Elmo do that in the first place? But Elmo, he was freaking during the NBA Finals saying that I hope both teams play well between the Spurs and New York. Elmo, you're from New York. What the hell is wrong with you? So still got a bit beef with Elmo because of that. But next meme. Middle age right. Most of all, Lindsey Graham should be remembered as a passionate defender of rapists. Epstein Island. He was one of the good gays. A lot of people don't know that. That sounds exactly like what Donald Trump would say, especially version 2.0 of Trump, whose brain is completely melted. Next, Senator Lindsey Graham, Trump farts. Yup, they act like his farts are perfume. 6947, haha. Deft walking next to Mitch McConnell and staring at Lindsey Graham like, oh, I want that instead. Ladybug Lindsey, disgusting. I'll never look at Ladybug the same. What Lindsey really thought of Trump. Trump is an opportunist. He's not fit. Oh, so this is what Lindsey Graham said before Donald Trump actually became president. So we saw before he got down his knees and did mouth tricks for Trump. So Trump is an opportunist. He's not fit to be president. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. Trump doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values of the men and women who wear the uniform I'm fighting for. I don't think Trump has a temperament or judgment to be the commander-in-chief. I think Trump is a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office. Everything he said there is true. So what changed? Coward. Senator Lindsey Graham has arrived in hell. Tweeted by Lucifer. But Lindsey, why now, not 20 years ago? You have to build a wall around Trump's ass if you want me to stop kissing it. Well, death stopped him from kissing it anymore. Who's the third chair for? Could be for Trump. There's like 4 chairs there, so put there's 5 here and here. Put Donald Trump there. Put Benjamin Netanyahu. Put Ben Gavir. All of them can go. Paramedics praise for being too late to save Lindsey Graham by The Onion. It's very funny. I'm going to die soon. Yes, Donald Trump, he got taken to the hospital again for like a 7th, 8th time this year. This man's not going to live long. I watched a video by a medical doctor, saying why Trump is likely to live long, because evil people live long. But I don't think that's going to be the case with him in particular. Evil people do seem to live long. Even my family, the evil people live the longest. But Donald Trump is not gonna make it. They say it comes in threes. Let's hope the great news comes in 3s, 4s, 5, 6. Because a bunch of old psychopaths have to go. Guess who's available and eligible to run for Lindsey Graham's Senate seat? Stephen Colbert. Okay, thoughts and prayers. It's like we got sent the free appetizer because our entrees were taking long. That's funny. I never wish the man dead, but I've read some obituaries with great pleasure. Jesus called. He said an eye for eye. These are people that were murdered by ICE who both Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, as well, of course, Donald Trump support. I think I said they were murdered by ICE, yeah. Well, in the very end, Mitch and Lindsey both went blue. Huh. At least it's dry heat. Very dry. This also reminds me of my kindergarten teacher, my evil kindergarten teacher. Following her press conference, Trump is reportedly firing Melania as First Lady. It is rumored she will be replaced by Lindsey Graham. Ill. Lindsey Graham, when he hears the war with Iran, this guy is the biggest fucking war hawk. Disgusting. Was thoughts and prayers suppository. You know exactly where to put it. Up, it says it on the side. Directions. You know where to put where to stick them. Theft knocked on McConnell's door, got knocked on Graham's door, now knocking on Trump. The worst part about this is my Facebook feed is full of Lindsey Graham's face. Yeah. And ladybugs. Who the F cares? I care that I gotta see him all over my feed and think about ladybugs very differently now. Don't worry, you enjoy hell. All of your supporters will be there with you. Funny. First image of Lindsey Graham moments after his death. I think those are high heels. So I'm not wearing my glasses. My eyes are a bit blurry. Hey Lindsey, right on time. We're glad to see you're finally coming out of the closet. I think, okay, as a devil, I can't make out who the guy next to the devil is. I think that's Jeffrey Epstein. Then the other guy is definitely Hulk Hogan, another evil racist. If you want to get to him, you have to get through me first. That's funny. Currently a most effective defender of democracy. Yeah, it's so sad that death kind of is the most effective defender of democracy, because like all these evil old people are running the country, and there isn't much that we've been able to do except hope they die. It's kind of sad. Lindsey Graham caught lurking alone near kids at Disney World, Magic Kingdom, carrying a bubble wand. This isn't even a meme. This is a real story. This guy in his final 3 months going on vacation to Disney World with a magic fairy wand, while TSA workers weren't getting paid because the government shut down because of the Republicans. And to think, some really lucky mortician is going to get paid to super glue his lip shut. Yeah, I wouldn't want to touch ladybugs though, so I'm good. So, Mr. William Spreck, Devil shopping list: vegetable, fruit, Cheeto. So vegetable, Mitch McConnell, because he really couldn't move. Fruit, as in gay, with Lindsey Graham, and Cheeto, Donald Trump. Lindsey Graham was a lonely, unprincipled man who betrayed his country for power and decency of attention. Let it be known for all time that he knew exactly what Donald Trump was from the very beginning and chose him over his country. Very true. He used to speak very differently about Trump before Donald Trump became president. Lindsey Graham's funeral and all the gay and trans DC hookers. God bless you. You were a good whore. Next meme. That old man drama queen just couldn't let Mitch McConnell have his moment, could he? Lindsey Graham's the type of friend who gets engaged at your fucking weddings. Funny. If it turns out that Mitch McConnell has in fact died and the Republicans cover it up to avoid special elections required under Kentucky law, those responsible should face prison. Period. Yes, absolutely. And I saw this tweet by someone. They say with Lindsey Graham passing and Mitch McConnell probably dead, the Senate is effectively tied because Donald Trump pissed off a few Republicans who won't go along with his bills, and he got 2 less votes. So it's essentially 49-49 right now, and Donald Trump is in trouble for the midterm. So his presidency pretty much essentially ended with Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell both passing. McConnell allegedly passing. Dancing with the Stars, him dancing with death. He literally is now. He's dancing with the devil, probably. Breaking news: Graham reported to be poisoned by recent grinded day associated with Islamic Republic of Japan. So Donald Trump, his brain is melting, and he, for whatever reason, said the Islamic Republic of Japan. Okay, next meme. Anyone else besides me think he didn't survive that heart attack? Funny thing is, that's my exact thoughts. I don't believe he just got sudden illness and passed away. That's not what happened. He was doing some real freaky-ish. Probably had some electricity. Some weird, crazy, kinky shit. And probably with a bunch of dudes on some island, like how it is in this picture. And his sweet, well, not sweet, his ladybug heart couldn't handle it. Next, McConnell's pending applications denied as well. He wouldn't get that far. World's most anticipated obituary. The moment that Trump dies, it's going to be so lit all across the world. Everybody's going to start celebrating. I can't imagine how New York is going to be. If anyone was in New York shortly after the next one or during the NBA Finals, you saw it was absolutely insane. When Donald Trump dies, oh my, it's going to be a party 24/7. You would never see a party like this ever again. I can't wait. No matter what I'm doing, I'm taking off. Unless like I somehow, whenever he dies, my girlfriend, she's having a baby. She's not pregnant, but if that were to happen, that's the only way I would miss this celebration. If not, I'm celebrating for weeks straight. Weeks. Lindsey Graham died with a hooker. And he is black, probably. I just put my thumb out President Trump's bunghole. Did Russia just poison Lindsey Graham? Laura Loomer, meth head. There seriously needs to be an investigation. Russia just did a delegation to Khomeini's funeral in Tehran, where the IRGC and funeral organizers was calling myself, President Trump, and Senator Graham to be assassinated. Lindsey Graham was in Ukraine one day ago for a Russian sanctions bill that he claimed the White House supports. Now he's suddenly dead from a random illness, according to his staff. Did Russia just murder a U.S. senator? No. He got murdered from doing some freaky-ish his heart couldn't handle. That's what happened, Laura Loomer. Isn't Laura Loomer the same chick that like tortures dogs or whatever, and her husband likes to wear fake titties? Like, all these Republicans are weirdos. I might be talking about someone else, but I think it's Laura Loomer. All these Republicans are weirdos. Lindsey Graham, longtime GOP senator, Trump ally, dies at 71 after sudden illness. DC male prostitutes. I'm never going to financially recover from this. Funny. Lindsey Graham being the weird ass fairy he is. Mitch McConnell, well, that's dark. Damn. Okay. Lindsey Graham. It's funny. Mitch McConnell as a tortoise. He does look like a tortoise with Lindsey Graham riding on top of him. It's a double entendre too. Yes, very sad. Anyways, back to Epstein file. Yes, this is the distraction from the Epstein files. Oh, I remember the caption too. They say this is what Mitch McConnell thought war would be like. Not Mitch McConnell. This is what Lindsey Graham thought war would be like. That's why he always supports war. Okay, I'm a proud Zionist. World lobby, regime change forever. That's Ted Cruz right there. I love AIPAC. Israel first, America second. Good goy Lindsey. These AI memes. I didn't make this. Someone submitted this. I can't read what's on the blue and the peace deal. Next meme. But I support Israel. Yeah, that's exactly why we're in hell. Alleged homosexual senator Lindsey Graham traveled to Israel with the U.S. to coach Netanyahu on how to convince Trump to bomb Iran, even sharing U.S. intelligence with the prime minister. Yes, that's actually true. This is a true story. Lindsey Graham, he actually, exactly what the meme say, he tried to coach Benjamin Netanyahu on how to convince Trump to support the war with Iran. That seems like treason to me. So, he got. Not complaining. Lindsey Graham has passed, as we all must. We don't know what comes next, but it's a good reminder to live your life in a way that doesn't leave you answering for a body count when you arrive. True. Get yourself someone who looks at you the way Lindsey Graham looks at war. Yeah. Oh, that's a glory hole. Oh, goodness. I think this was something actually posted by Israel. A true friend, a faithful ally, hero for Israel, Lindsey Graham. Thank you for standing with Israel. All type of stupidness. But I think Israel. It was actually posted by Israel. And then Israel killed JFK to get nukes, not Iran. Israel stole several hundred pounds of highly enriched uranium from the U.S., not Iran. Israel stole other nuclear secrets and components from the U.S. to build their bombs, not Iran. Israel refused to sign the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Iran signed it. Israel won't submit to nuclear inspections. Iran does. They're no longer doing that because Donald Trump destroyed the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal. But they were prior to that. Israel violated the atmospheric test ban treaty, not Iran. Israel holds the world's hostage with Samson option nuclear blackmail, not Iran. Israel controls our politicians through the Israel lobby and Epstein-style blackmail, not Iran. Israel controls our online speech through the ADL, SPLC, and other infiltration of big tech, not Iran. I know at the very least most of this is true. I don't know all, but most of this is true. Lindsey in red dress next to the devil. Cenk Uygur. Not a big fan of him, but let's see what he said. Lindsey Graham has moved on to the next step in his journey, trying to convince Hades to attack Zeus and Poseidon. He said it'll only take a couple of weeks and it won't require any ground troops. There's no way Poseidon can close a strait. Okay. Reports of Lindsey dying in a UKR drone factory are most likely disinformation. He obviously was impaled in Tel Aviv at a glory hole. Why would a person celebrate someone's death? I don't know. Why would someone dictate their lives to demonizing and removing rights from people? Anyways, I'm off the shit on his grave. Facts. The War Fairy. Ew. Look, that looks like Donald Trump and... Oh, that's terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll send your kids to die for war. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll send your kids to die in a war. For Israel, for Israel, for Israel. Funny. Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the Exodia scene. Draw your last pathetic card, Yugi. My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba, but it does contain the unstoppable Exodia. Oh, it's not possible. I've assembled all 5 cards, all 5 pieces of the puzzle. Oh no, this can't be happening. Exodia, obliterate. Yeah, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! One of my favorite all-time cartoons. I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards also, still. So yeah, it says don't speak ill of the dead. And then Yu-Gi-Oh's Exodia is don't be a piece of shit while you're alive and then get obliterated. That's my favorite meme so far.
Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi. My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba, but it does contain the unstoppable Exodia. Impossible! I've assembled all 5 special cards, all 5 pieces of the puzzle. Exodia! It's not possible! No one's ever been able to call him! Exodia! Obliterate!
Lindsey Graham dies, met at the gates of hell by Mitch McConnell. Okay, so, like I said, I forgot to put my glass on. I can't read that, it's too small. So, y'all can see the screen, you can read it. I can't see it. Disgusting. Ladybugs. Okay, so, Lindsey Graham, Republican South Carolina, said Republicans supporting the full release of the Epstein files may be targeting Trump, suggesting that such documents could have serious political impacts on him. So him protecting pedophiles, and that's the watermark is of anonymous. The turtle, the tortoise, the ladybug, and the orange. Death knocking on the door 2026. Another one bites the dust. Mitch McConnell is funny. Mitch McConnell right there. And Lindsey Graham sticks his tongue out to he beat like the other meme. He beat McConnell to death. Outraced him. I do declare, at least it's a dry heat. Why they made him talk like kind of English? Well, I don't know that, but it's kind of clear. Somewhere buried in the clogged artery of the world's ugliest man, there's a tiny clot struggling to break free. I believe in you, little clot. Go be free. And he's free to burn forever. I've never killed anyone, but I've read some obituaries. Notices of great satisfaction. Mark Twain. I think I read that. Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. Very true. When asked if they could have sex with Lindsey Graham, 86% of male escorts in DC said never again because of ladybugs. Never again. Cholesterol, do your job. Yes. Get this obese, fat, rapist, pedophile slob who only eats McDonald's every single day. Go get him. Get him out of here. When you're so close to the jackpot. Funny. Okay, next. Let's go through these. Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham in hell, holding hands. Oh, disgusting. He's not gonna make it. Do you know what's in Lindsey Graham's closet? I don't want to know. I don't think either of you want to either. Rest in peace, Lindsey Graham. You taught me it's okay to be a coward whose only skill was debasing myself until death for a tiny, ultimately illusionary crumb of power. Facts. What did I get you? Putting a nail in the coffin. Yes. Make sure he doesn't come back. No zombie ladybugs. Where the soul of the Republican Party is buried with John McCain. John McCain, he was a... Okay. He wasn't great. He sucked also. But he wasn't like the worst of the worst Republicans. He's one of the better Republicans. I remember when, the 2008 presidency, that's when I first kind of started following politics. Actually, I followed it a bit in 2004 when that whole, or 2000. I followed it a little in 2000 when I was a kid, trying to understand how Bush won the election when Gore got the popular vote. So that's when I began to, start to pay a little attention, even though I was like 6 years old at the time. But John McCain during that 2008 election, I remember like when he was doing a rally, one of his supporters said, Obama is a Muslim, he's not American, and John McCain shut it down real quick, said, no, he's a great American, we just have disagreements. So, and he actually, he was the reason Obamacare wasn't overturned for Trump shit, which would have been much worse. Because he had that famous thumbs down vote. So he's Republican, so he's trash, but he wasn't as bad as any of the Republicans today. Next. Sending thoughts to terrorists. That's very funny. Lindsey Graham, I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where it's going as a nation. We're killing the right people and cutting your taxes. Evil. Being pronounced at first, Mr. McConnell. Dragon Ball Z reference. Funny. Next. There's 100% ladybug fentanyl. I think that's what's that guy's name? Colin Powell? Yeah. Funny. Senator John Kennedy on Graham's death and rumors that was due to diarrhea from foodborne parasite. I'm no doctor, so I'm not going to say he died from explosive diarrhea. And I'm not going to say Graham was in the closet for years, so maybe he died from denial. It's funny. But what I will say is, boy didn't wash his lettuce before he tossed a salad. Jeez. And we all knew it. That some bars in there. Never forget when Lindsey Graham has called out Greta Thunberg to be killed for simply because she tried to feed Palestinian children in Gaza. And so things like this is what pisses me off when people say, be civil. He died. We're supposed to be nice and kind when people pass away. He called for death of. She's no longer a little girl, but she's a young lady in her probably early 20s. Not probably, definitely in her early 20s. You're calling for her death because she wanted to feed Palestinians. She went to go feed Palestinians with a few other people, and they were kidnapped by the IDF, the people that went to go feed Palestinians. You called for her death because she wanted to feed starving children being murdered by the IDF. Absolutely disgusting, despicable human being. And people were telling you that's not for this video. Okay. They put him in his fold. That's how he wanted to go. I know he would have felt so happy if he went out this way instead of however he went out. He's dead. So what? Yep. In bed next to South Park Devil. Scott Jan spoke to Lindsey Graham 17 minutes ago. Wrong place, pal. John McCain giving him the Heisman stiff arm. Oh, this is the playing off that billionaire meme at the baseball game when he is like hugging some woman he is cheating with. The number of innocent lives lost around the world because Lindsey Graham, one of the most bloodthirsty war hawks in Congress over the last few decades, is incalculable. Exactly. This should be his defining legacy. Yeah. MAGA during Pride Month. Absolutely. Wants war with Iran, begs for war with Iran, finally gets war, dies. This is like literally the sassiest passive aggressive thing a closeted gay man can do. That's funny. Whale facts. Oops. Whale fact. The biggest difference between whales and Lindsey Graham is that the whales have never actively worked against the betterment of their own constituents, and many whales are currently alive. That is a pretty big difference. Mitch McConnell in hell with Charlie Kirk. So, I remember people made a big deal about Charlie Kirk dying, and people making fun of him and just repeating his own words. People lost their jobs over that. So, someone like Charlie Kirk, there's more of an argument to be civil with someone like Charlie Kirk than someone like Lindsey Graham, because at the end of the day, someone like Charlie Kirk is a podcaster. I hated Charlie Kirk. I did not care for him, and I was not going to condemn anyone that made fun of him. And yeah, because he was trash. But he's a podcaster. He didn't create policy which actually killed people. He said hateful things, which is bad, but it's not the same thing as you creating policy which actually killed people. People like Mitch McConnell, Donald Trump, Lindsey Graham, Moses Mike Johnson, all of those people, they create policy that sometimes directly or indirectly kills hundreds of thousands to millions of people, some including your own friends, family, people you don't know, people you will never meet. I'm going to expand on this more in the video, but I gotta say this now. When there's a person who physically kills someone, most people condemn that person. They don't say anything nice about them, and they don't condemn the families who anyone has, the family who says anything bad about those people. But people like these politicians, these evil politicians, they kill way more people. Just because a state sanctioned violence doesn't make it better. Like, it's so stupid that people think just because the violence is sanctioned by the state, it's better. You killed way more people. You have the power to kill way more people with state sanctioned violence. And if someone became a serial killer and they killed 100 people, they still did way less than someone like Lindsey Graham. If the perpetrators of 9/11, they killed way less people than Lindsey Graham. They had way less damage on society than Lindsey Graham did. And no one ever says like, oh, don't speak ill of those people. But you say it for someone like Lindsey Graham. It's complete foolishness. Like I said, I'll continue more when I make my next video, but I had to say it, get it off my chest. Next meme, we're almost done. Wasted. Like Grant GTA. So this is a drone Lindsey Graham was holding. This actually his final picture alive that was taken of him holding a drone. So, he wanted so much death and he got his wish. Sugar molecules found in interstellar space for the first time. Funny. Not a coincidence. Oh no. Anyway, that's exactly how you should behave when finding out someone like him passes. At best. Deft. I want Mitch McConnell. Deft's mom. We got Mitch McConnell at home. The Mitch McConnell at home. Yo, that's the McDonald's at home joke. Funny. Okay, you are here. That's probably how he died. Being up Trump's ass. We're almost finished. I was wondering if the funeral service would be an open closet. Funny. Lindsey Graham is dead. Yo, who thinks of this? This is hilarious. This is good. It's good. Okay, thinking about the thing about being ruled by a gerontocracy is that the cohort mortality is a probability density, meaning all these fuckers start dying around the same time in a cluster. The same Weeble distribution bathtub curve explain why batches of light bulbs and hard drives all die in the same month. Interesting. But yeah, it makes perfect sense. Both with the hard drives and the light bulbs, as well as these people, these geriatrics, all dying around the same time because they're around the same age. I know Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, and hell kissing right now. Ew. A ladybug, 1955 to 2026. Rest in piss. R.I.P. Bozo, Lindsey Graham. Israeli acid. You go first. I can't wait to hear Mitch McConnell's comment on Lindsey Graham's death. We're all waiting. Racist, maggots, MAGA, racist, maggots. It's the same thing. Everyone I disagree with is a communist. Guide to Trumpism. Yeah, Trump supporters idiots. They're either a liberal, a leftist, a communist, a Marxist, a Marxist. What else they say? Far left, socialist. They say they don't understand the distinction between any of those terms. They just say whatever word comes to mind because they're idiots and they don't read. Trump supporters don't read. You know, Trump supporters are idiots. When this regime goes down, we're going to have to start a new Middle East. We're going to have to make a ton of money. Lindsey Graham. And that was the last one. So yeah, this scumbag is completely gone. And we're grateful for it because this man was an evil man and he brought terror to the lives of many people who are minorities, the LGBTQ community, and he completely destroyed the lives of generations and generations of people. So fuck Lindsey Graham. Fuck everybody that support him. So I thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate it, but we gotta do one more thing before the video is over, and that is the word of the day. The word of the day is gerontocracy. Gerontocracy is spelled GERONTOCRACY. The definition of gerontocracy is a political system where the oldest members of society hold power and make the decisions. The definition of that's a definition. Gerontocracy in the sentence. We're going to use gerontocracy in the sentence. The U.S. is run by a gerontocracy, a bunch of very old people who are bought, corrupted, and care nothing about the future of the country because they're not going to be here long enough to partake in it. So if you watch the end of the video, I'd like you to use gerontocracy in the sentence below. And also, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. It helps me make more videos like this, and you like to support, you can donate to my Patreon or buy me a coffee. And going forward, if I would really like to build a community, so I'm going to have ways for you to submit. If I'm asking like for help for whatever, I'm gonna have ways for you to submit photos and whatever information that I need, and all in one place that can be compiled rather than, you know, me missing while trying to go through it in multiple groups. And I'm also going to put a link so you can see all these memes below for yourself. And if you want to add more, just let me, you can email me. The email is going to be in my channel description. I'll also link it below. You can email me more memes and I will add it to this over time. So I really appreciate y'all watching. Peace.
Well, I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy. I think what you like about him, he appears to be strong when the rest of us are weak. He's a very successful businessman, and he's going to make everything great. He's going to take all the problems of the world and put them in a box and make your life better. That's what he's selling. Here's what you're buying. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. He doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values that the men and women who wear the uniform are fighting for. Because what Mr. Trump is doing, and I don't think he has a clue about anything, he's just trying to get his numbers up and get the biggest reaction he can. He's putting our soldiers and diplomats at risk. He's empowering the enemy. And what Mr. Trump is doing is undercutting everything we stand for. And you know how you make America great again? Tell Donald Trump to go to hell.
Well, I've been stacking up. Nah, really, that ain't accurate, cause I just spent my whole damn advance in the past couple months just to compensate for times we ain't have enough. Ooh.